What's going on, guys? It is Tom of Top 10 Wrestling, and welcome back to another video on the channel. I hope all of you had a great Christmas. I definitely did myself. Let me know in the comments what wrestling related gifts that you got. I'd be very interested to see. We are back with another TNA related video. You guys love the TNA videos, we ain't stopping them. But in this video today, we're going to be talking about some of the most raunchy 18 plus, non-PG, TV-14, edgy, R-rated, whatever you want to call it, whatever terminology you want to call it. We're looking at all those angles, storylines, and characters that fit the words I just said in TNA/Impact history. Before the video does start, I must say that this video is not for children, and that in general, viewer discretion is advised, so yeah. But before we do get into the video, once again, be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on. According to my analytics, the majority of you guys aren't actually subscribed, so help me out, hit the subscribe button, more TNA content like this, and yeah, just do it, and it'd be really appreciated. But let's get right into the video, guys. We've got 5 items on this list, so let's go. Number 5, Brooke Hogan and Bully Ray. Wrestling companies love a good romance angle. I mean, look at the Lana and Bobby Lashley storyline. All the fans are loving that storyline, right? Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, but romance angles can work in wrestling. I mean, you look at the likes of Edge and Lita, Triple H and Stephanie, Daniel Bryan and AJ, and of course, Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. But the majority of the time, romance angles don't work in wrestling. Case in point, Bully Ray and Brooke Hogan. In November 2012, on an episode of Impact, a new storyline began when Austin Aries revealed Bully Ray to be in cahoots with Brooke Hogan, who is Hulk Hogan's daughter and a person who had no business being on TNA TV. Brooke and Bully were caught kissing in a car park in a December episode of Impact, and the relationship was confirmed. Hulk Hogan suspended Bully Ray on the January 13th, 2013 episode of Impact, but Bully Ray would return the next week to save Brooke from Aces and Eights, and right after, he would propose to her in the ring and she would accept, much to Hulk Hogan's dismay. The wedding took place the next week on Impact, but the two would never officially marry after Aces and Eights got involved and beat up everyone at the wedding after Taz revealed himself to be an Aces and Eights member. What a reveal that was. Bully Ray's feud with Aces and Eights would climax at Lockdown when Bully Ray turned his back on the Hogan family by revealing himself as the Aces and Eights leader, despite feuding with them for many months in a dumb swerve. And from there, Bully Ray and Brooke Hogan's relationship wasn't really shown on TV again, and they were never together again, which makes you wonder why TNA did this whole Brooke Hogan angle in the first place. Might have something to do with the fact that her dad was a higher up in the company, but just a guess. Number 4, pretty much anything Joey Ryan has done. Joey Ryan is a very divisive figure in wrestling. Many say he's killing the business, and others say that comedy wrestlers like him do have a place in wrestling. But regardless of what everyone's opinions of him are, there is no doubt there is nobody else quite like Joey Ryan in wrestling today, or in history probably. For those of you who don't know, Joey Ryan has a very unique character and an even more unique moveset, to say the least, with his finishing move involving him throwing his opponents around using his, how do I say this without getting demonetized? Using his doorknob. He debuted for Impact at United We Stand this past WrestleMania weekend in a losing effort to Tessa Blanchard, and at Bound for Glory he returned in the Call Your Shot Battle Royale, which was a match that saw him, Jordan Grace, Hornswoggle, Tommy Dreamer, and Sabu all in the ring at the same time. Wrestling in 2019 be crazy. The match saw him dick flip 5 people at once, which was a moment and a half, and it would later be revealed after the event that he had officially signed with Impact, making him an official member of the roster. And since then, he has done some crazy stuff. including wrestling Ken Shamrock, and yes, dick flipping Ken frickin' Shamrock. Oh my god. Coming in at number 3, we have Katie Forbes. Katie Forbes is Impact's newest female wrestler and RVD's on-screen and off-screen girlfriend. She made her debut for Impact at United We Stand, wrestling a fatal 4-way match, also involving Rosemary, Jordynne Grace and Taya Valkyrie for the Knockouts Championship to a losing effort, and would return to the company 6 months later. So far, she has been used in some interesting angles, including a segment that saw her mistake Jordynne Grace for a valet driver before twerking at her and then losing to her in her debut singles match. Let me tell you, Katie Forbes' character is pretty much that she twerks. I already mentioned her doing it to Jordynne Grace, but she also does it in her moveset and randomly during matches. She does it in her entrance as well, while shooting money out a gold money gun, which is just the definition of badass. Her most recent segment on Impact saw her and RVD randomly cut off a sit-down Brian Cage interview and just start making out, seemingly setting up a feud between RVD and Brian Cage. Now, though most of Katie Forbes' angles and moments on Impact have been pretty non-PG and intimate, this is not to take away from the fact that she is indeed a very good wrestler. And in fact, her alliance with RVD is something I'm very excited about. Coming in at number 2, we have the Smoke Show, Scarlett Bordeaux. Scarlett Bordeaux debuted in Impact on the July 26th, 2018 episode of Impact, dubbing herself the Smoke Show, playing a seductress style character that every male wrestler was pretty much in awe of because of her looks. Though Scarlett Bordeaux was signed in 2018, she would not wrestle until the next year, and this is because she spent the year pretty much doing exactly what I said, having all the male wrestlers just be in awe of her. She would even do a segment where she did a strip tease and teased a lap dance on Scott Steiner, which is kind of the craziest sentence I've ever said in one of these videos. She made her debut match in 2019 against Glenn Gilberti, and she was really the main catalyst for intergender wrestling being introduced to Impact. Her offense matched her character completely too, with the stink face and the butt bounce in the corner thingy that I have never known the name of, being two of her signature moves. What made Scarlett so great was that due to her character and her looks, it meant many people would hot shame her and stereotype that she only got hired for her looks rather than her in-ring ability, but that really was further from the truth, as Scarlett tore it up in every single match she was in, whether it was against women or men. She started teaming with Fowler Bar and even had a mini feud with OVE, but she has now left Impact, and it's a big shame that her run in Impact ended very prematurely, but I'm super interested and excited to see what she does in NXT. And coming in at number 1, big sigh, Claire Lynch. I honestly just don't want to talk about this one, and I've avoided talking about Claire Lynch as much as I possibly can. I'll most likely never make a standalone video about Claire Lynch and that whole storyline, since it's kind of been covered to death on YouTube, but I couldn't not put it at number 1 on this list, so this time I can't avoid discussing it, and let's just get through it and get out the way. The Claire Lynch storyline took place in 2012 while AJ Styles was feuding with Bad Influence, aka Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. The pair accused Styles of sleeping around with Dixie Carter, and the next few weeks AJ Styles and Dixie Carter sought to disprove this accusation. And eventually, the accusation was proven to be false when Claire Lynch arrived. Claire Lynch came in and stated that she was a drug addict and that Styles and Dixie were spending time with each other not because they were sleeping around, but because they were helping her overcome her addiction issues. And then she went on to state that AJ was actually having the affair with her and AJ was the father to her child. That took a dark turn. The next way too many weeks saw some of the worst acting of all time and many viewers turning off their TV and switching off Impact. sometimes for good. The storyline also had a fairly dark ending when fans of TNA found out the identity of the woman playing Claire Lynch and proceeded to hurl abuse towards her on social media, leading to her leaving the company and the storyline having to end abruptly, with TNA explaining that Claire Lynch left a statement saying she was not sleeping with AJ Styles, and that's how the storyline ended, and it's never really been acknowledged since. So those were 5 of the most raunchy, non-PG, whatever you want to call it, characters, storylines, and angles in TNA/Impact history. If I miss any out, let me know in the comments below right now. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hit the like button. Let's hit 333 likes. Just a random number. Why not? And yeah, smack the like button like I said. Subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a video. Follow me on Twitter at TopsOnWrestling. My Instagram is at I'mTomBell. Got some big announcements coming soon. Hopefully, I've said it 100 times, but hopefully it might actually be coming soon now. And yeah, see you all soon. Goodbye, and keep on rolling.